Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pop Cult X, your go-to for all things pop culture from our Gen X point of view. This is episode 179. I am Danny, and along with Gabriel, we're your hosts here at Pop Cult X as we continue our march towards episode 200, which is insane.
Crazy times.
It is. It's crazy about the times as we live in as well, I guess, right? So it's indicative of that. So a few things have happened since our last episode aired. It's been a few weeks, I think, since we've done this.
Yeah.
So we won't get into everything that's gone down and transpired, but some major things and notable things I think took place that I really want to touch on and maybe share our opinions about a little bit deeper. And for me, that was the Met Gala, which took
Yeah.
place. And as you refer to it, it's like the Super Bowl of fashion.
Yep.
Right. So, or was that, did you say that about the Oscars? Either way, this is right
Kind
up
of the same thing. I think that Met Gala is probably the biggest night for fashion,
there.
uh, just because of the amount of attention that's placed to it, the designer involvement, the creativity, the theme. Whereas the Oscars are sort of, the theme is Oscars. It's not
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
Oscars have, a particular theme that has its going for itself. So,
You're
yeah,
right.
that was
Yeah.
definitely like the biggest night in fashion.
And speaking about theme, the 2005 Met Gala theme was Superfine, Tailoring Black Style.
Yeah,
Which of course, and it was also chaired by Coleman Domingo, Lewis Hamilton, ASAP Rocky, Pharrell Williams, and of course Anna Wintour. And additionally, LeBron James served as an honorary chair. Now, that's a pretty eclectic group of people acting as the chair people for the Met Gala. I'm not well versed in the historical chair people of the Met Gala, but that was interesting to me that they got that wide variety of people there to do that.
yeah. I think with this year's theme, it's very iconic because it hasn't really been done before. This focus on black centric design,
Hmm.
uh, but I think Coleman Domingo is one of the people that really embodies that sort of
Oh yeah.
style for
Yeah.
me. I'm looking at an image of him, and he wore Valentino, and it
Yeah.
was just such a smart look.
Yeah,
And
that cape was awesome that he wore.
yeah, there's that, and then he also had like a suit that had mixed patterns of like polka dots and plaid and blacks and grays that just look really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they went with that theme this year. I think there were a lot of hits and then some misses. Uh, so I think we can probably go over some of the hits,
Yeah, I think so.
some of the things that we liked. There were a lot for me. But one of my most favorite, I think, that was kind of jaw dropping, that it was definitely had a moment, was Janelle Monáe.
Yes. Yes.
She looked amazing.
Hmm.
When she first started out in like that square design, it almost looked like a painting, like a Pablo Picasso painting,
Yes, that's
and
what I thought.
built that. And then I think she was wearing Thomas Brown or Tom Brown.
Tom Brown,
Uh,
I think. Yeah.
yeah, Tom Brown, and she just looks amazing. It sort of had like I mean, it's definitely dandy. I think when you look up dandy in the dictionary, that's like what you would see. Like she definitely embodied the theme of this year's Met Gala.
Hmm.
But it also had like a steampunk kind of feel
Yeah,
to
with
it.
like the monocle. Yeah.
Yeah, the monocle was really cool. The hat, she just looked dope. She's an icon for me. She has been for a while. She is an icon in fashion, in acting, and in music. She's just an amazing, talented person. But for me, she was definitely one of the ones that stuck out.
Definitely. And she was the one I was going to bring up as well. I think that was the outfit that stuck out the most to me just
Yeah,
because of its it was just she wasn't playing it safe, right? She was going for it and she embodied, like you said, the theme, which is like tailored for you, right? Or something like that, I
right.
think it was. Yeah, tailored for you. And it really explored the theme, like you said, of the black dandy as both the concept and an identifying signifier. So
Yeah.
she really stood out. And I didn't even get I saw the first picture of her and I thought, wow. But then I guess there were some pictures of her in the at the after party where she transformed that look. not
Yeah.
sure if you saw those or not, and those are like, wow, she really went for it there as well.
I mean, she can pretty much do no wrong. Like she's so fashionable and fashion forward, and um she's just amazing. I love her. I've seen her in concert, and she's such a great performer.
Yeah.
I really respect her a lot because she is so great. I mean, she just is an amazing entertainer.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Someone else that I think that I really liked was I'm going through my list here with the images so that I could refer to it.
I
Uh,
looked through like 300 images off the Vogue website just to get a good grasp of everything that was there. Um,
Yeah, someone who's related to Janelle Monáe is Tessa Thompson.
mhm,
They're
mhm.
real good friends. She also was a standout for me. It's funny because I think the dandy look is one that's associated with men and with men's tailoring.
Yeah.
But you see that Tessa is wearing something that is very tailored, but in a very feminine way,
Hmm.
and I think that's really interesting. I love it's. She was wearing Prabal. I think it's pronounced Goering or Gurung. I don't really know how to say that, but it definitely was a standout look with this like sort of petticoat look with the tie and top hat, which is really cool.
Yeah. I noticed that a lot of the themes, of course, were to the men's tailoring, and that's what I think it revolved around was that, how they could transform it to their own style as well.
Mhm.
And one of the ones that stood out for me in that regard was Zendaya's look, which she was wearing a custom Louis Vuitton tailored suit.
Yeah.
And that look just like floored me because it threw me back to like thinking of like Grace Kelly and vintage Hollywood type of feel. And I saw that theme throughout a bunch of different people looks at the gala.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if this is controversial or not because I love Zendaya. Um, I didn't love her look this year.
Interesting. Okay.
She looked amazing. Don't get me wrong. Like she's stunning regardless. But this cream colored suit was was almost identical to another person's suit. I don't know if you saw the images of this other person had almost an identical
Yeah, I
looking
did see that. Yeah, that's
and I think it speaks to the fact that maybe that outfit, a cream color tailored suit isn't that original. Especially when you put it up in comparison to, let's say something like Janelle Monáe that was
yeah,
mixing blacks and reds and Tessa Thompson. I just feel like that's something that we have seen before, or like something that is not as iconic or something that's not that special. I think that I don't know, it's not a standout for me. I love her a lot. I think she's an incredible actress. And I think she pretty much does no wrong when it comes to fashion. A lot of credit goes to her stylist La Roche.
yeah.
Um, this time it wasn't at like a big hit for me.
That's
Let's say
fair enough. I
yeah,
mean, I mean, for me, it wowed me. Like I said, it reminded me of like the older vintage Hollywood
yeah,
images that we would see, and that's what I was really drawn to. Throughout all the 300 different pictures, I saw several of people giving a nod to that,
yeah,
and I really like that. I mean, I think I don't want to say we'd be better off going back to that sort of sophisticated time when people dressed up to go to movies or when people dressed up to go on a plane ride or out to dinner, but why not? Right?
I think that was a special time in the United States or in the world when people really took time to dress up, and I mean, especially with this theme, it spoke to the African American community,
Yeah.
defined stereotypes of who they were, and they kind of were fashion forward. They were set
Hmm. Hmm.
trendsetters, and that broke boundaries and stereotypes. And when you think of that sort of theme, the Zendaya outfit just doesn't like I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. And I like I said, I love her. She's so I use the word iconic, but she is so great for her generation. It
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
she's a standout. She's definitely going to be like legendary status. But not to keep beating her up, but there's some other people that were really very fashionable that looked really cool. I thought FKA Twigs was really cool looking. in Wells Bonner.
Okay.
It
Yeah, I think I know what
I
you're
think
talking
that
about.
it sort of encapsulated the theme without being just like a men's tailoring look. It was really feminine and soft looking, and she looked really gorgeous. She looked really soft and beautiful. I think that Doja Cat looked really cool, and Marc Jacobs. I thought it was very sexy and kind of fashion forward, with these like oversized shoulder pads,
Hmm.
and then down to like a corseted waist, and then like showing all of her legs with these large heels. I thought was really cool. Anyone else that you liked?
I think the person to me, when I was flipping through the images, that really stood out the most, and maybe it was because of his backpack, but Andre 3000 wearing a grand piano backpack just kind of like was like wow to me. It was just like the avant-garde side of it, the going above and beyond. And it wasn't just because he wanted to wear a grand piano as a backpack. It had
Yeah.
more meaning to it. Like I know he is or has released an EP with 7 piano tracks.
Okay.
So it had relevance to that. And I guess it was like a collaboration between Burberry and his own design company for
Uh-huh.
the jumpsuit that he was wearing. But I just saw that and I just thought, wow, that's making a statement. You're walking in wearing a grand piano on your back, and I just thought it was so cool.
Okay, so this is twice now that I'm going to be disagreeing with you, and I'm
That's
not
fine.
doing it on purpose. I didn't like it. I thought,
That's fine.
is he carrying a bag that looks like a trash bag?
Yes, I saw that too. I was like, that's a very interesting bag choice there, carrying the trash bag.
And he's like Zendaya. He's one that is so iconic in the way that they dress. They're so fashion forward that, especially with this theme of like modern day dandyism, he kind of embodies that.
Yeah,
He that's like that's sort of his thing, right? And I'm really sad to see him with something that is, I don't know, maybe it's the picture that I'm looking at, but it just sort of looks, because it appears to be like all black, and so like maybe I can't see the details of it,
it has
but it,
some design elements on it. I can't really tell
yeah,
it
it
fully.
just
Yeah.
it doesn't, I don't know it. And the piano kind of, I don't know, seems corny to me. It kind of fits more with, I think, what was the Met Gala theme a couple years ago where it was camp. I think it fits in with camp a lot.
Okay.
Like having a big piano backpack is kind of campy,
Yeah,
and
that's true. I get you there. Yeah.
um and I don't know, like I just think like the bar is really high when it comes to this fashion moment, for this moment in time where we're looking at the way that black fashion has impacted the fashion world,
Mhm.
and this suit doesn't do it for me. It's, I don't know, it just looks mundane.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, but if I 5 years from now I look back, ooh, what did people wear at the Met Gala in 2025? I'll just remember the piano.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely makes you remember him, but
Is it with the theme? Maybe not. Like you said, it
yeah.
it maybe fits better with the theme from the past years, but he took that risk there. He said I read in the article something about him thinking or dreaming of doing this sort of piece for like 10 years now, and he
Yeah.
finally made it happen. So,
All right.
yeah. I did
Fair
have
enough.
a oh,
Go ahead.
I did have a best dressed couple award
Okay.
that I wanted to give out, and that was to Gabrielle Union Wade and Dwayne Wade.
Yes.
They looked sharp.
I'm looking for the picture so that I can kind of explain or describe to uh the people listening that maybe aren't familiar with um the look.
Oh yeah,
But
I could give a better description, but I'd rather leave that up to you.
I'm trying to find it here. But they did look amazing, and they're very much fit with the theme.
Hmm.
And um let me find, I'm going through all of Vogue's pictures here. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
that's
that
where I
they
saw it too. Yeah.
ended up on
Well,
Vogue
while
Best
you're
Dress.
looking through that, another person that made a return to the Met Gala since I guess it's been a while was Diana Ross. and she wore like this 18-foot feathered shawl embroidered with the names of all her children and grandchildren.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool, very heartfelt that it was a collaboration with her son and a Nigerian designer. So I thought that was really neat.
I'm gonna be that.
Do it, do
I,
it.
I don't think that it fits the theme of the Met Gala. It's super Diana Ross, right? Like it's very regal, it's very
Hmm.
it's very Diana Ross. I don't see it fitting this theme.
Okay.
And but she looks amazing. And if anyone can just go the way they want to go, it's going to be her. I think she's 81 years old. She's an icon. She's a legend. She is been such a fashion trendsetter for decades, for like a lifetime. That I think if anyone gets a green pass of like you can wear whatever you want to wear, it's her. I think she looks cool. I think she looks beautiful. I think it's cool that she has like her grandkid's name on her on the outfit. I just don't think that it fits with the theme. Like, and I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's the most important thing that we're looking at is like, oh, did it match the theme of the gala? But for me, that's like a big point is did it match the theme?
Interesting. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna be a stickler for that right now. I don't know.
That's the, I mean, yes, I mean, I guess what's the question? How important is the theme for you, right? I guess to you it's very important, right? Or is it just merely a suggestion for your looks and how to, you know, this is kind of what we're going for. Try and see if you can get towards it.
I don't think it's a suggestion. I don't
Okay.
know. I'm
I mean,
not
I don't know.
convinced. I'm not. I'm never will ever be invited to the Met Gala. I don't know what the
Don't
rules
say
are.
never. Who knows?
I know, maybe. But I don't think that it's a suggestion. I think that it's like this is what we're doing. And there's the rumor that Anna Wintour herself kind of looks at the looks before and gives it approval
Really?
for the looks. Yeah.
Interesting.
And so like I said, Dinah Ross is an icon. She can wear whatever she wants. Uh, but I don't know. I'm looking at it again and it is pretty fabulous. Like she does look amazing. I don't know. It just kind of like it's what I expect of Diana Ross. Like it would have been kind of cool to see her in an outfit like Janelle Monáe in a very
Okay.
structured,
Okay.
tailored,
Hmm.
you know, suit or not just a gown with this long flowing train and
Yeah.
her
Yeah. I
hair
see what
and
you
a
mean.
fluffy hat. It's kind of like we expect that that's what she's going to look like. That's Diana Ross. But um yeah, so I don't know.
I will.
Those are the standouts for me. Was there anyone else that really stood out for you?
I'll have to go through the images again, but those were my standouts already, I think. One thing I did notice when flipping through the images is that I probably knew of only about 20% of the people that
Yeah,
were
I was
there.
thinking that too.
And I
Yeah.
was like, am I just that out of touch with the fashion stuff or who are these people? I don't know. I realized I saw that there was a lot more athletes there than I don't know if that's usual or not.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's because of who the chair people were,
Right.
but it was like, okay,
Yeah, a lot
who
of
are you?
athletes, a lot of like models, a lot of fashion people, a lot of actresses, obviously. So yeah, there were a lot of people that I was unfamiliar with, musicians.
So it wasn't me, just me. Good. Okay.
It wasn't just you. But one last person that I want to say kind of looked really good that I wish I could steal the bag that they were wearing was Bad Bunny and Prada.
Yeah,
He
I
was
saw
holding a really cool bag that was I would want. Like that would be really
that.
like it's just really cool. But for every good thing that happened, I guess there kind of has to be the bad side of who missed the mark or like maybe who didn't look all that great or maybe didn't fit the theme so much. I mean, I'm already hating on everyone that you mentioned. So was there anyone that you saw that you were like, that wasn't very cool?
I wouldn't say that. some were interesting choices to me. I wouldn't say they were uncool because I'm probably the least fashionable person there is. So anything that's different than me is going to probably be more elevated. But it seemed like to me that a lot of actresses forgot their pants at home, which is interesting. I mean, it's a choice. I'm okay with it if that's the style they were going for. And of course, that led to the one controversy that we spoke about before was I think Lisa is her name. I'd never heard of her before. And the whole was she or was she not wearing was it
Rosa Parks.
Rosa Parks on her undergarments?
Yeah.
Which is controversial, I guess, to some people. I mean, I saw that like where is it at? The designer of it didn't deny it, but it because it was meant for like artists that inspired that designer
Yeah.
or people that inspired that designer. So I don't know why that would be controversial. So I don't know. That was
I think
interesting.
there's like a reverence for civil rights icons that
Hmm.
you hold a certain space for them and hold them in a certain regard. I personally would not ever wear a civil rights
Yeah,
leader on any undergarments.
yeah, I agree with you.
I think that's in poor taste. I also think that it's in poor taste to like for people to wear like the American flag, like in shorts or like a bathing suit or
Hmm.
bandana. I've always thought that that was like disrespectful. So like that's where I'm coming from. My perspective is like there are things that you kind of have to show respect by like not cheapening them with making them an undergarment or a bathing suit, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I saw it. I don't know if it necessarily 100% looks like Rosa Parks, but I don't know. It's an odd choice for the theme of the night, and then to have a civil rights leader on your panties.
Yeah.
So, it's but I did. There were some other people that I think missed the mark that I kind of want to um, talk some junk about.
Okay.
The first one being Anne Hathaway in Carolina Herrera.
Yeah, I saw. I'm
She
looking at that one
wore,
picture right now. Yeah.
yeah, she wore like it looks like a man's dress shirt and then like a skirt. One, it's super boring. Two, we've seen it like a bajillion times of a woman wearing a man's tailored suit or tailored shirt. Um, it just it's boring to me. It just does not look fashionable for this level of a fashion night. It just doesn't measure up to what everyone else is doing. The other person that I think really missed the mark, and I'm trying to find the picture so that it will fuel my hatred, is is Nicole Kidman.
I didn't see her picture. Interesting. Okay.
Um, I think she looks horrible. She's another one that typically looks really great and really fashionable. She's wearing Balenciaga, and the thing that I dislike about it is that it has this weird like drop waist bow.
Oh,
I don't
now I'm
know.
looking at it. Okay.
Her
That is
stomach.
weird.
It just looks really weird.
Yeah.
She's super tall and thin, and so like you can bear like it takes effort to make her body look bad, and this manages to do that.
Hmm.
It
I can
makes
see that.
her body look awkward. Just the placement of that pouch looks really weird. The skirt itself is fine, but I just think it just doesn't look good, and it's sad because she's such a fashionable woman. I would have liked to have seen her in something really nice and tailored. The other person that I think, I mean, I don't want to say miss the mark or how would I phrase this? I don't know. I think just it's too jokey or like not serious enough is Cole Escola and
I saw that.
Christopher John Rogers.
Yeah.
I appreciate what he was trying to do, I think. But like I was saying earlier, like I think that there has to be a certain amount of respect for what the theme is. And like you're trying to hold it up and say like this was a special moment in time when the African American community really showed the fashion world and showed the world what they can do when it comes to fashion, right? Like they created a look that was very unique, was very tailored, very, to use the words of the night itself for Superfine.
Yeah.
And it just he's a comedian, I think, right? Cole Escola.
I've never
Um,
heard of him before, so I just saw his look and I was kind of intrigued by it, but also like what you're saying. Yeah.
it just I love a weirdo. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love weirdos. Like, I love the fact that like it looks like he doesn't have eyebrows. He has
Yeah, his eye makeup
interesting,
was interesting too. Yeah.
yeah, he has interesting like mod eye makeup, like kind of twiggy-ish, like with these long
hmm
lash
hmm
hairs combed in a very interesting fashion. Um, he has like this like dazed look. I like I said, I love a weirdo. I think that for this could have been more for like the camp
Yeah,
than for this theme. So I'm gonna have to like give him a thumbs down, even though like I respect the effort that was made and the desire to be outside of the box. I just don't think that it hit the mark.
fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm curious to get your opinion on one look that I was kind of mixed feelings about,
Yeah.
and that was Halle Berry's gown. Any takes on that?
Very interesting. I don't know if it's the most flattering for her shape. Um, she's gorgeous.
hmm
Like, don't get me wrong, she's gonna look amazing almost regardless of what she does. I don't really know if I love this outfit because it does create kind of weird shapes to me.
It does, and it creates really interesting lines, I thought.
Yeah, from this picture where it's like the kind of her chest up, she looks very beautiful. Like the hat with the lace veil, the jewelry looks really great. But then the picture that you sent me where it's full body, um, I don't know. I like you said, you have like mixed feelings about it. I kind of feel the same way. It's like it's almost there. It's I don't know if it's like provocative. It's like too provocative for me. I don't know. I,
Right.
I'm gonna say if I had to vote like yes or no, is this a good? I would say yes, but it's just like it's barely a yes.
Okay, fair enough.
She looks gorgeous, but there's something about like the crotch that is weird to me.
Yeah.
It's like it, and I mean that's very in right now. You said a lot of the actresses forgot their pants at home. That's very, on trend right now is like showing off a lot of body.
Yeah.
So she's, I mean, definitely within that trend and at her age, showing off her amazing physique, good
hmm
for her. But I don't know. If as far as it being like if I was going to a photo shoot and like shooting her with and there's a rack of clothing, would I be like, yeah, that's the winner. That's the one that we want you in. Like that you look amazing. I don't know. I don't think I would say probably no.
Speak to that point real quick. Just if you had to pick one look to photograph in a portrait session, they said, Gabe, here, you have half an hour with so and so look and person. Give us your best image. Who would you
Yeah,
pick?
Janelle Monáe, like 100%. But just because they're so interesting, like she looks great up close. Like if you were to like take a face shot of her, she looks amazing. If
hmm
you were to take a three-quarter shot of her, full body shot, like she just looks amazing. It's interesting shapes, it's dynamic, the patterns are really cool, the colors really work well together. Um, it's I don't know, it's a perfect look. She just I want to say she was the best dressed of the night for sure.
I agree with that statement. I do.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be who I pick, but I do agree she was the best dressed of the night.
Who would you pick?
I think, and I think this has more to do with her evolution as and her maturing as a person, performer. I think I like Miley Cyrus's look.
Interesting.
And I really appreciated almost like the plate armor type of top to it. And I really thought that look was very fashion forward, and I would really like to shoot that one.
Okay. I could see that. I mean, I love Miley Cyrus. I'm looking up at Vogue right now to see the look. I think she made Vogue's list of best dressed. Um, so I just wanted to kind of take a look. I know that I saw just kind of flipping through Zoe. I just saw Zoe Saldana. She looked
Hmm.
really good. Tom Brown as well. Tom
Yeah,
Brown was like the big guy of the night, I think, along with Louis Vuitton, with a lot of really great looks.
yeah.
Uh, let's see, Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus. Where is she? Um, but there she is. Yeah, she looks really great. She looks very womanly.
Hmm.
Uh she has definitely outgrown that young girl
Yeah.
uh look. She's definitely like a woman. And it's an interesting look. It's I like the fact that she has her hair pulled back and she's just kind of serving her face and her body, and she looks great. I don't know if I would necessarily say she's like the best dressed, but I could certainly see how you'd be interested in photographing her because she's
I
very
think it
dynamic.
serve a lot of different silhouettes and shapes
Right.
with
Yeah.
lighting. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a really good pick. Just looking at all these pictures, I mean, we may be picking, one or two, but there's so many people that looked amazing. Hunter
Oh yeah,
Schafer and
so
Prada,
many.
Cynthia Erivo and Givenchy, Dochi and Louis Vuitton looked really good. I love the pairing of like shorts with dress socks and dress shoes.
Hmm.
Tom Brown does that a lot. I think that's a really smart look. But she looked really great. She's really hot rapper right now. I think I've recommended her to listen to on the podcast a couple podcasts ago.
Think so.
Yeah, she's really cool. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the Met Gala. I know that I sort of hated on some of the people that you liked, but those were my feelings. So, uh, anything else that you had to say regarding the Met Gala?
No, I thought it was interesting. I mean, speaking as a photographer, fashion, quote unquote, fashion photographer, I thought it was very cool to see all these different looks on different people, and it reminded me of why I like shooting fashion to begin with.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
absolutely. Fashion is it's so important. I mean, it speaks volumes about someone's personality, how they
hmm.
choose
Hmm.
to dress themselves, um, and how they choose to express what they want to say to the world, based on the garments that they choose to wear. So it definitely is a reminder of how great fashion is and the important things that you can create with it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So that pretty much wraps up our discussion of the Met Gala. I don't know if any of you listening or watching us on YouTube agree or disagree. I know that I had some strong opinions about some of the look. Don't hold it against me. It's just my personal
No,
opinion.
hold it against him. Hold it against him. Hold him accountable for his thoughts.
Yeah,
You
I
too,
would
too.
I
So
would
if you,
yeah, I would definitely love to hear what other people have to say. I think that my friend Jessie posts to Instagram all her favorite looks like live as they're going
oh,
on,
cool.
and so we kind of share opinions on that. But I would love to hear what other people have to say. What were the looks that really shined for them, and what they liked, what they didn't like, and um, yeah, what their opinions are about the Met Gala, big night in fashion.
Absolutely. Be sure to share your comments, your thoughts with us on social media, here on YouTube, on our Spotify comments, or wherever you get to yell at us. Feel free to do it. We could take the heat.
Yeah,
So, thanks for tuning in, everyone. We appreciate the support, and I guess we'll see you guys next time.
take care.
Bye, everyone.